Dennis Wrigley Ministries, a better way, unity, renewal and healing.
Rejection. Jesus knew all about rejection. He was rejected by his closest friends. He was rejected by those who were followers of his, and then fell away. He was certainly rejected by the crowd who said, crucify him, and chose Barabbas in his place. Jesus knew a lot about rejection. He knows a lot about rejection today, because in our culture, so many of us reject him. The interesting thing is that Jesus is seen as a man of love, a man of healing, irrespective of how far you go in your belief system. And the fact remains, he made blind people see, the deaf people hear, lame people walk, and the dead rise to life. And yet, they crucified him. In spite of the goodness revealed in his life, he was flogged, he was ridiculed, he was mocked, he was scourged, and he was nailed to a cruel cross. Yes, Jesus knows all about rejection. The sad thing is that we continue to reject him. How? Well, firstly, like some of his closest friends, we deny the reality of his presence. We deny the claims he makes about himself. We deny the truthfulness of what is written there about what he did and said. In our culture, we deny his divinity. Yet, this Jesus, who was so remarkable in every way, as one hymn writer put it, our God contracted to a span, incomprehensibly made man. This man who says, I and the Father am one. This man who says, he who has seen me has seen the Father. Do we believe it? Or do we reject what he's saying? His authority was certainly rejected, especially by the religious people. Yet, the historical record is that they said, this man speaks with authority. Yet that authority was rejected. Jesus, we read in Luke, he gave them power and authority to drive out all demons and to cure diseases. So Jesus gave liberally of his grace and goodness, yet he was rejected. It's popular today to reject the miracles of Jesus, extraordinary though it is, even though the evidence of history is there, well attested, even though his followers said, look, we're telling you of what we've seen with our own eyes. We, in our 21st century cleverness, decide to pick and choose, and we reject this central area of the life of Jesus. Very sad. And then we reject the claims he makes about himself. Let's look at them. I am the bread of life. You need bread to live. You need Jesus to survive. I am the light of the world. We live in darkness. And Jesus is saying, I am light. I am the gate of the sheep. All these I ams. Now they're either true or they're false. Do we reject the truth of these statements? I am the good shepherd. I am the real vine. I am the way, the truth, the life. I and my Father are one. We can't sit on the fence. Either we accept what Jesus is saying, or we reject him. And if we reject him, we wouldn't be the first. But there are consequences of rejection. Even his reality has been rejected. Yet the eyewitnesses were there. He touched us. We touched him. We saw him. Some of the newer man-made religions have even denied his crucifixion. And then there are other people who reject the concept that this man died and rose again. Yet the church could say, if Christ is not risen, our teaching is in vain. What was their first declaration? He is risen. Staggering, amazing. We've seen him. He's risen. He's alive. And yet we choose to reject it. And then he promises the Spirit. Very, very clearly offered. Very clearly given at Pentecost. Yet there are still people who deny the Spirit. Some of the man-made religions refer to the Spirit as it, like the Jehovah's Witnesses and others. At the end of the day, Jesus made promises, and he didn't make promises lightly. Jesus made claims, and he didn't make claims lightly. Are we prepared to say this figure of Jesus, who towers over all human history, has got it wrong? Are we prepared to reject him, recognizing that those who accept him can be used by him now? If we reject him, we walk away. We separate ourselves from him. And we walk the way of the cults, or the occult, or the other religions. This is the challenge to all of us. You cannot deny the challenge of Jesus. He's there presenting himself to you, not just in human history, but here and now. Where do you stand regarding this Jesus? Do you go with the crowd and say, to hell, crucify him? Do you walk away with those who denied him? Do you just shrug your shoulders and pass by on the other side? God's given you and the freedom to do anything. God gave men the freedom to take a hammer and nails and nail Jesus to a cross. He gave them the freedom to plant a crown of thorns and put it on the head of Jesus. Freedom is a wonderful gift he's given to you and to me. We're free to say yes. We're free to say no. And based upon our response lies the whole of the future of our life. God bless you.
Dennis Wrigley Ministries, a better way, unity, renewal and healing. Thank you for watching.